Yay. Thank you, Robert. You're so amazing. Isn't he amazing? Oh, my God. And without a mic. He doesn't even need a mic. That's incredible. So, hi, everybody.
Hi.
Happy Sunday. Oh.
It's okay.
Was that your Post-it to remind you of the affirmation? No.
No, this is for later.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about back to basics this month. And Jyoti last week talked about the thing itself, which is all about what is the divine. We have many names for it. Today, I'm talking about how it works, how it, meaning God, the divine, that divine intelligence, all love, spirit, so we're talking about how it works. So that's what I'm talking about today. So, wrong way. Backward. Oh, what's happening?
There you go.
Going backwards. Wrong button. Tinkerbell. Wrong button.
Sorry, guys. What's happening?
There you go.
Yay.
Yay! Okay. So how many of you grew up with this vision of God? Yeah. That God is this male figure sitting on a throne, looking down at us. Judging us, assessing us. And so as Jyoti talked about last week, this is not the God that we believe in. This is not it. The God that we believe in is within us, but it is also outside of us. So what we believe is that God is both immanent and transcendent. I'm going to say a big word in a second. Okay, those two are kind of big too, right? That God is within us and outside of us is basically what that means. And the religion that we are, how we describe that is panentheistic. We are panentheistic religion. That means that God is both within us and outside of us. So this is not that.
The God that looks kind of like Kenny Rogers.
He does. He does kind of look like Kenny Rogers, doesn't he? Yeah. But less surgery. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Why did they do that? I know. He was quite handsome before. He was. So this power that I'm speaking of is within us. Yes, it is contained within us. But we forget that. Here's what Ernest Holmes said about that. He said this: God is not a person, but a universal presence, already in our own soul, already operating through our own consciousness. So that presence, that universal presence, it's accessible. It's within every cell. It vibrates through every part of our being. But we think that we are walking around in these meat suits. Forgive me for any vegans or vegetarians in the audience. We think that this is who we are, that this flesh, that what we see, that is who we are. And we are so much more than that. We are so much more than these meat suits. Yes? Yeah, we are so much more than that. And many of you have heard us say we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Well, there's a reason we say that is because that is who we are first and foremost. That spiritual light that we are is the truth of who we are. That this flesh, this meat suit is, yes, we see it, we can touch it, we can feel it, but it's a very small aspect of who we are. Very, very small. This picture, I think, represents more truly who we are. Do you see how the light just shines from us so powerfully and so magnificently? That is the truth. That is who we are. You know, it's interesting, when a baby is born, Because babies come from this. They come from source. They've just come from the light. They know who they are. They get who they are. And then as the baby grows, this happens to all of us, and then we forget. And then we think we're just these meat suits. That's what we think. And we walk around interacting in the world and experiencing things in the world as if this is really who we are. We forget that this is who we are. And then we come to centers like this to remember who we are. Yeah? And we spend the rest of our life trying to get back to that place. Yeah. So if that powerful force of God is contained within us, if it really is, and it is, what are we capable of? Like really? Like what are we truly capable of if we really recognize that power within us? Think about that for a second. Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe." But we don't really believe that we are capable of the power that exists within us, right? Ernest Holmes said our faith is weak. It is weak. Because somehow we've bought into that we're not really capable. That person is, or the Oprah Winfreys of the world, or the Dalai Lamas, or the, whatever figure we idolize or look up to. They're the ones capable, but we're not. So it's our belief that really allows us to demonstrate things in our life. And when I say demonstrate, I mean manifest. Ernest Holmes said this. Our belief, no, that's not what he said. Sorry, that's the next one. We cannot recognize that it is while we are believing that it is not. If we say we can only experience a little good, then we shall experience a little good. So in other words, if we say, I want to manifest an abundance of money, an abundance of prosperity. How many want more abundance in your life? Yeah. Maybe, Jim, maybe. But what happens is we say we want something like that, and then in the next breath, we're like, I can't afford that. Oh, no, I really can't do that. No. Oh, but I know, I really want this, I affirm this, I know I'm going to get this. But no. No, I can't afford that car. No, I can't afford that place to live. No, I can't really buy anything new. And so if we affirm it, and we talk a lot in our teaching about affirmations and how powerful they are, and we've been doing them weekly, and you've all been saying them, and maybe taking them home and living them in your life, and that's powerful and wonderful. But if on some level you don't believe that that's possible, how is it going to manifest? Is it possible to manifest it if you don't really believe it? No. Now, what if you think you believe it, but you don't? What was that?
That's the human condition?
Yes. So the clue is if you're not manifesting the thing that you desire in your life, it's possible that there's a belief that is blocking it. It's possible. Our thoughts, when we have thoughts over and over and over again, Ernest Holmes talks about the sum of our thoughts is the most important. Our predominant thoughts. So we don't want to get caught up in worrying so much about every thought we have. Oh, cancel. Oh, I just said a negative thought. Right? We get paranoid sometimes in spiritual circles because we think, oh, shoot, I just said a negative thought. It's not about every single thought. But what are your predominant thoughts? The sum total of our thoughts. That's what we want to pay attention to. Years ago, I took a class where we had to write on Post-its the thoughts that we said over and over again, and all day you had to track it for like a month. James is laughing because he did the same exercise, probably. Landmark, if anybody's done landmarks. It was a long time ago I did this. And it was fascinating. Because what showed up for me was the word, or two words, I can't. I can't. And I said it over and over and over again. It was on my Post-it. Every time I said it, I had to write it down. So by the end of the day, I'd said it maybe 15 times. I couldn't believe it. So what kind of impact was that having on my life? We have these thoughts and we don't even realize it. They're just happening all the time. So it's important that we pay attention. And what happens with thoughts, the more that we repeat the thought over and over and over and over and over again, it becomes a belief. Yes, who said that? Yes. It becomes a belief. And when we're holding that belief, now we're in trouble. Because then it impacts and prevents us from manifesting the very things that we want to manifest in our life. Do you get that? So, if any of you are sitting here thinking, oh, shoot, well, that's why I haven't been manifesting. Possibly that could be why I'm not manifesting the things that I want in my life. If you need support with that, come speak to me. Speak to our practitioners. Speak to Reverend Jyoti. This is why we're here. Because we all want to manifest things in our life. We all want to do that. And we are extraordinary beings. Extraordinary. But we don't realize the power that is within us. I got a lot of Ernest Holmes quotes today. Here's another one. Our belief sets the limit to our demonstration of a principle which of itself is without limit. It is ready to fill everything because it is infinite. So it is not a question of its willingness nor of its ability. It is entirely a question of our own receptivity. Now that's a deep one. What he's talking about is basically the demonstration, again, means manifestation. So how do we manifest things in our life? It's about our beliefs. It's about what we believe and our willingness to receive it. To receive it. To claim it. To know it. Many of you have heard us up here, whether as ministers or practitioners, praying. And if you hear and listen closely, we say, I know, I declare, I affirm. We say it powerfully. We don't say, well, I hope that you get the great health that you're desiring. I really, really hope that one day you're going to have a breakthrough in relationships. No, we know it without question. And we have a 5-step treatment, right? We have 5 steps. That first step, we recognize that powerful force of that God is. That is all that is. That second step, we unify with it. We say that, yes, we are one with that spirit. We are one with that presence. The third step, and only after we have first recognized the power of God and recognized that power within us, do we then say, I know that that power is working through my life. Make sense? Now there's 2 other steps, thanksgiving and release, but those first 3 steps are really powerful, and there's a reason why we do that. And it's to help us remember that we are connected to that powerful force. It's to help us remember that, because we as ministers, practitioners, we all forget. We all forget because we're human. We are walking around in these suits and having our experiences, day-to-day experiences, and we forget. So we need to remind each other who we are. And so there's certain laws of the universe, like the law of gravity. I recently dropped my phone. It fell off the bathroom counter, fell onto our hard tiled floor, and it totally cracked into a bunch of pieces. Has anybody done that? Nobody? No one's ever done that. Okay, maybe it's just me. So in that moment, gravity, it's just falling. And I'm like, God dang it, I didn't quite say that. It was, okay, I said something much worse than that. But don't you ever get mad at gravity? Or something drops on your toe, it's like, God, ow. It hurts, right? We can't be mad at gravity. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's just, right? There is no... Gravity is, I'm pissed at her, so I'm going to drop this on her toe. It's not that there's any, it just happens. There's also other laws of the universe. Like when you have an apple seed and you plant it in the ground and you nurture it and you water it, it's going to grow into an apple tree, the law of nature. It's not going to grow into a pear tree. It's not going to grow into an orange tree. It's going to grow into an apple tree. Now, here's the key to that, though. So, if we nurture it, and we water it, and we give it the right attention, it grows into a form. Now, think about this related to our thoughts. If we nurture our thoughts, we feed our thoughts, we water our thoughts, that thought's going to turn into some kind of form. Now, it might be a form that we dislike, perhaps because what we were feeding that seed, that thought, was something negative. So again, the law just says, I'm going to give you whatever it is you're asking for. I know that I want this abundance, but I just don't think that it's going to happen for me. Boom. Yeah. So it's not going to happen. I know I want an abundance of health and wellness in my life, but yeah, I really question whether that's possible or not. So that kind of watering is going to produce what? It's going to produce the very opposite of what we want. We're still watering it. The law says, okay, I'm still going to produce whatever you're putting into it. It has it's impersonal. It's not, I'll give you what you want because you're kind and you're lovely. But not what you want because, do you know what I mean? If your thoughts are if you're watering them with negative thoughts, then it's going to produce that very thing. Pretty clear, yeah? So think about the seeds that you're planting. Think about the seeds that you're planting in your life. And how are you watering them? How are you nurturing them? How are you caring for them? The gardener has learned that as he sows, he shall reap. Yeah? And so there are two things that are operating here. One is that universal intelligence, that powerful force. That powerful force. And then there's also this law of good. Truly is a law of good that wants to give us everything we desire. Everything, truly. But we have to align with it. We have to say, yes, I deserve this. This is what I want, and this is what I know I can have. So, how many of you have ever been to the archives up at home office? Do any of you? Only a couple of you. Many of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. So, there's an incredible museum that is dedicated to Ernest Holmes and it's up at home office, so it's up in Genesee. And there's books, there's archived talks of Ernest Holmes. So I'm going to play a little snippet. We can all listen to Ernest Holmes. He says it best.
Friends, we are surrounded by a law of good which receives the impress of our thought and acts upon it. This is what we mean when we say there is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. This law...
Isn't that great? Hear his voice? His powerful voice. He used to do these radio talks, and so that's what that's from. Yeah. So, how many of you know of something that you want to manifest in your life right now? You got something? Ray's got his hand up proudly. Yeah. So I want you to just close your eyes for a second. And I want you to take a breath, and I want you to breathe in. First, I want you to connect with that divine energy. And you may not know exactly how to do this, but I'm going to invite you to just breathe in this beautiful golden light. Let's just say that this golden light represents that divine. So just breathe it in and let it fill your whole being. Let it fill every cell, every molecule, every fiber as you breathe in. Just imagine that you are connecting with that divine presence, that power that is God, that is within you. So just breathe that in, connecting to that power. And now I want you to bring to mind something that you want to manifest. Just one thing. And I want you to feel it as if it's happening right now in this moment. Use all of your senses. Feel it, know it, smell it, taste it. It's happening right now, not sometime in the future. Imagining it right now as if it's happening in your life, in this moment. Let yourself really feel it. Let yourself really experience it. And let yourself feel the joy of that. Allow this divine, powerful force of God to work miracles in your life, to produce and manifest the things that you want to manifest in your life. So taking a breath and coming back and opening your eyes. And so your homework this week is to continue to practice this. To practice your connection. You may feel a little awkward. I don't know. Where's God? Where is it? Is my stomach? Is it my chest? I don't know. Just close your eyes in meditation with the intention, I'm going to connect with this powerful force of God within me. And just breathe. Let yourself feel it. The more you practice, the more you will feel it. And practicing what it is you want to manifest, feel it, know it, sense it. Practice this in this coming week. Is everyone willing to do that? Yes. All right, awesome. So let's go back to our affirmation that Jim read for us early on. And let's say this out loud. There is a power for good in the universe, and I can use it. Amen. Yes. All right, let's move into prayer. I'm going to have practitioners stand in high consciousness. Oh, and so, yes, indeed, we know that there's a power in the universe that is within us, it is around us, it is for us, and we can indeed use it. Yes. And so we give thanks for this knowing. We give thanks for remembering this power that is within us, around us, for us, always and in all ways. And so we just say, thank you, God. Thank you for this opportunity to remember this truth, that this is who we are. And I'm just knowing as we go out into our life in the coming week, that as we practice this, we ground this in even deeper ways within us. And as such, we then attract to us and manifest to us all that we desire, all that we want in our life. I'm knowing that it's coming forth to us and that we are ready to receive it with open arms and an open heart. And so we just say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, divine intelligence. Thank you, God. Thank you, love. Thank you, light. All the names of God. We recognize this, we know this, we feel this, and we are grateful for this power that is not only within that divine force of God, it is within us. And so we release this, knowing it is done, knowing it is absolutely so, as God always says yes. And we ground this in together by saying, and so it is. Amen.